welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if you are new. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my September budget and how I put it together to budget for the entire month. If you want to see how I do my September budget, then just keep watching. Okay, so if you watch my previous videos, I usually do the same thing every month. It's just what works for us. So I have a calculator here. I'm going to be using the Friction erasable pen. This is by Pilot. I love this. I can leave these linked down below for you if you're interested. I also always have a blank calendar to work with. And then this is something that I put together at the beginning of the year. This is just our 2021 yearly expenses. So I went through every month and just kind of laid out everything that we would need to pay. So like our trash bill, birth control, oil changes, things like that, birthdays, holidays, stuff like that. So I'm going to be using that as well as my monthly bills and expenses worksheet. So we're going to start with our blank calendar here. I went through and highlighted all of the days that we get paid. My husband gets paid on Fridays. I get paid on the 7th and the 22nd of every month. So now I'm going to use my monthly bills and expenses tracker here, and I'm going to write down all of our bills that are due on all of these due dates. Okay, so here is all of our bills. So we will just stick with this for right now. I'm gonna put this to the side. We'll work on weekly expenses in just a little bit. So now I'm gonna look at my yearly expenses, and I'm gonna go to September, and the only thing that I have to pay this month is the trash bill. So I'm gonna add that over here to my notes. And I already got the statement in the mail, so I know it's gonna be about $62. Okay, so looking at my calendar here, I know that there is one bill that has a due date, which is Arvest and I guess there's two, Arvest and the car insurance. So I know that I'm going to have to use the 7th as a paycheck that I use to strictly budget for. The 22nd is when I get paid, and all three of these can be paid in just a couple days. So like this due date is actually not till the 28th. My medicine and then Christmas savings, that can all be pushed back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 5 separate paycheck budgets. So let's do that now. Okay, so here is all of our paychecks. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reference this, and I'm gonna write down everything that is due for each paycheck. So like the gym, I know is supposed to come out before the 17th, so it's gonna have to come out of the September 10th paycheck. The trash, I know is actually supposed to be due on the 1st, so it's gonna have to come out of this 3rd paycheck. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so something that I wanted to mention as well, so our water bill. So I will drop the check off on the 7th, but they won't cash it for another month. So I think I'm going to try and not pay it until the last week of the month and see how that works. I don't know why they hold on to the check for an entire month, but it is absolutely infuriating for someone to hold on to a check whenever that is the only payment method that they will accept besides cash, and I will not pay bills like that in cash. So I'm gonna try and hold out until the 24th and see if that helps. Also, the gym is actually on deferment because my husband is going to be leaving for basic training for the military in October. So they've just deferred the payments, and he's able to use it up until he goes to basic training, and then it won't be used for 5 months after that. So we're actually not paying that bill right now. Okay, so we're done with all of our bills. So now we're going to work on our weekly expenses. So the babysitter has to be paid every week. We get fuel every week. My husband gets chew every week, and groceries. So I know the two things that will be the same amount every single month are gonna be the sitter and my husband's chew. Okay, so I have all of those written down. Now I'm gonna work on fuel. So I get gas every 2 weeks. My husband gets gas every week. So on the weeks that my husband has to get gas, I'm gonna look at this. So the weeks that I get paid is when I'm gonna be getting gas as well. So I'll get gas on the 10th and the 24th. The other weeks, which is the 3rd and the 17th, my husband will get gas. So we won't budget for as much that week. Okay, so the last weekly expense is gonna be our groceries. So I budget $140 for every week. It's been hard to stay under that budget, but I'm really gonna strive to stay under. So I'm gonna budget for $140 every Friday. Okay, so we have everything except the house payment that we have accounted for. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add everything up in all of these paychecks, and we're gonna see how much this all adds up to. So I can automatically see that the 17th, this paycheck is gonna be very tight. So I know that we're not gonna take any more out of this paycheck here. These other 4 paychecks, we still have some wiggle room. So I always write what is to be expected. So on the 3rd and the 10th, we're expected to have $570 for a paycheck. The 7th will be $800. The 24th, we both get paid, so it'll be $1370. So as you can see, there's still a little bit of wiggle room here. So our house payment is $720 a month. I'm going to divide that by 4 paychecks, which equals $180 each paycheck. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that in here. Okay, and then we're gonna add everything together and just make sure that we're still good. Okay, so we have all of our bills accounted for. We've budgeted for all of our expenses that we have to pay for. So groceries, gas, our babysitter, my husband's chew, everything that we buy every single week, I wanna make sure and have a budget for. So we have done that. Everything is accounted for. Even our trash bill that we have every 3 months is accounted for. So I've been getting a few questions about what we do when we have money left over. How are we eating out? How are we spending more on groceries? Things like that. So you can see here that there is a little bit of money left over out of each paycheck. And so if we feel like, hey, we have some extra money, let's go spend, $20 on dinner. That's what we do. I went and got my nails done today, and that is because we had some money left over in my last paycheck and I wanted to do that. So after we've paid off most of our debt, this payment right here is the only debt payment we have left, and everything else we've paid for. So at this point, we are living very comfortably. So we just we're paying all of our bills. We're making sure that our bills are paid on time. We are finally living the life that we have always wanted to. We both make more than enough money to live very, very easily. And so that's kind of what we're doing. And on Mondays, well, Tuesdays, because my bank doesn't clear everything until Tuesdays, I will go into the bank account, and anything that is left in that account after the week, I will go and transfer to our savings account, and we will do no more spending for the rest of the week. So if we want to spend money, it's always on the weekends when we're together. And like I said, we've made that decision together. It is working for our family, and it makes us happy. So instead of being so tied down to such a tight budget, we are living the way that we want to. All of our bills are paid, our bellies are fed, and that's just kind of how we're doing it. So I do have quite a few different bank accounts. So if you guys are interested in a video of all of the different bank accounts that I have and how I use those accounts, leave me a comment down below because I will be more than happy to make that video for you. But we do have 6 different bank accounts that we use to manage our money. So this is the budget for this month. It came together really quickly, especially since I don't have a ton of more debt payments. I strongly encourage you to check out the 3 people that I follow: Dave Ramsey, the Budget Mom, and Jordan Page. Dave Ramsey is like that dad that is like, you eat beans and rice until all of your debt is paid, which we do really like his philosophy, but we don't listen to it to a T. We take bits and pieces of all of these people that we like and we kind of just make it our own. The Budget Mom, she is very like, you have to pay off your debt, but you also have to be able to live, which is more so what we're following. Jordan Page, I love her because she is very, very frugal. So she gives really good tips on how to be frugal, especially with groceries. So if you need those 3 resources, I will leave their YouTube channels linked down below for you. They all have Instagrams as well. Dave Ramsey is more active on Facebook, but Jordan Page and the Budget Mom are definitely more active on Instagram. So anyway, that's where I get my inspiration from. And also Life in Envelopes. If you do not watch her channel, I strongly suggest that you do. She has come a long ways from budgeting and she's learning everything on her own. She does use the Budget Mom workbook and she uses it very, very well. She budgets way differently than I do, but I love her because she's very real too. She breaks down all of her expenses. So I just wanted to mention that as well. I will leave her channel linked down below for you too. Okay, so last thing, this is what I do at the very end. When everything is laid out, everything is set in stone. You can see this looks a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing. I just tied everything into this one paycheck on this worksheet. But the main reason why I wanted to show you this was because my color coding. So I highlight things so that I know how I'm going to pay them, especially with all of our bank accounts. So anything in green, I pay with cash. Anything in orange, I pay with check. Anything in blue is on auto pay. Need to pay are those things that I have to physically go in and make those payments. And then need to transfer is money that I need to transfer to separate accounts. And then scheduled payments, I don't have any scheduled payments because I just don't right now. I used to schedule all of our debt payments, but we don't have that anymore. So I don't have any scheduled payments. But if you want to use this method, you're more than welcome to. I don't really have a printout because it's very specific for everyone's individual budgets. I can't really make a printout of everyone's paychecks, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Other than that, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.